Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy once again. Coming in to do a video. Now, this video right here is gonna be a little, different, especially from the others. This video is gonna be my take and my thought on George St. Pierre. We know him as GSP as an overall fighter, how he was back then as a newcomer to the UFC to how he is now. Now, this video is probably going to go into a different part, several different videos. I'm probably have to do probably 2 videos to this because for some strange reason it's not letting me record past 5 minutes. But I'm new to this whole webcam stuff. I'm trying to figure it out, so please forgive the way it look. I know it looks kind of dingy and reddish, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, listen, my thoughts on GSP as a fighter and why I'm pissed off at him right now. And I mean, it's just my opinion. I know a lot of people are going to get mad about this. I know some people are going to agree, but I'm a no bullshit kind of guy, and I keep it real at all times. But this is what I've been seeing from him lately. I honestly think that George St. Pierre fights to keep the belt. I know you're going to say, oh, that sounds stupid. Who wouldn't fight to keep the belt? You know what I'm talking about. George St. Pierre is not taking any risk because he has too much at stake, too much on the line. He has all these endorsement deals. He just, if he loses, it just wouldn't be good for him. He may lose a lot of things that he has. He's gained, and that's respect. I can respect that for him trying to keep. But my thing is, how do you expect to stay on top and for people to stay interested in you for fighting the way you do? Now, I'm not one to try to mess with somebody's game plan, but in this case I will get in and put my little input on this because it's getting to me far too much. Look, in UFC, we like to see entertaining fighters. We don't want to see anybody go out there and take unnecessary risk and get their head knocked off, get knocked out, or just to impress the fans. But at the same time, you do have a job and you are obligated in a way to impress us because we're paying our money, you know what I'm saying, to see you. But on the other hand, you're entertaining us and you're fighting and putting your life on the line. But this goes both ways here, man. Who do you think wants to see you grab a guy, hold him down, and just lay on him for 5 rounds? Who in the hell do you think wants to see that? Look, I have no problem with, you taking a guy down and scoring points, because by all means, play the game and get it how you live and win. But when you become boring somewhere in that game plan, and the only thing you care about, you don't give a damn about even punching the guy and letting the guy know that you have power, or letting the guy know that you're a great striker as well. Only thing is on your mind, I have to get the dick down as quickly as soon as possible so I can put them there and win the fight by land prey. Man, that's bullshit, man. I'm sorry, man, but that's bullshit. I don't want to see that. George St. Pierre used to be one of my favorite fighters, and you know what? In so many ways, he still is. But in a lot of ways, he's not anymore. And I know you're going to say, who the fuck are you? George St. Pierre doesn't even know you. Look, man, none of that matters. I'm a fan of the sport. I'm a big fan of MMA, and this is not what I like seeing. Somebody else might like seeing this shit. I don't. I want to see George take more risks like he used to. When he first came into the UFC, he was kicking ass. He was whooping ass. And ever since he got that knockout by Matt Serra, man, he been gun shy. But you want to know something? I'm going to make a video about that as well. Something wasn't right about that knockout if you ask me. But that's another story. You know what I'm saying? But George St. Pierre has so much potential. So much potential I see in this guy. I think he's a way better fighter than what we're seeing. Right now, we're just seeing a great, outstanding wrestler. And I will give him that. He's a great wrestler. But this is not wrestling. This is mixed martial arts. George St. Pierre used to mix it up at times. He doesn't mix it up anymore. He's scared to take a chance and lose. He's scared. Because, again, that goes back into having so much on the line. I want to see champions go out there and fighters go out there who don't give a damn about what they have on the line. They're fighting for pride. They're fighting because they love fighting. And they're fighting for, the fans as well, not just for themselves. You know, I think we have a right to see a great, entertaining fight. And if he cared anything about what we thought, he would change this up a little bit. But he doesn't give a damn. Only thing he says that he doesn't fight for money. That's bullshit. If you didn't fight for money, you'll take more risk. You know, so I think that becoming a champion, some people can, for some people, becoming a champion can be good, and some people it can be bad. Some people can be more of a fighter before they get that belt. Then when they get that belt, they can just get, you know, let's see, is overcautious, not wanting to lose that belt. But you know, you're gonna lose a lot of fans, man, if you don't go in there and perform. I'm not saying do everything we want you to do. You know, I didn't even have a problem when he was taking guys down like John. He took John Fitch down, but he beat the fuck out of John Fitch. Like seriously, like he beat the shit out of John Fitch. And that shit he did to Dan Hardy, yeah, he dominated the hell out of him. He tried to finish the fight with some submissions, but I actually think that George St. Pierre is a better striker than Dan Hardy. Even though Dan Hardy is now, you know, I like Dan Hardy before going into this fight. I know a lot of people hated him, but he's always been a favorite of mine, Dan Hardy. Got a lot of respect for him. But, yeah, he beat Dan Hardy decisively, but he went in there already, you know, planning to submit him. You know, that lets me know that he's scared to stand up with this guy. And I think that George St. Pierre is probably one of the best strikers at welterweight. You know, and maybe in the sport, but he's just scared to let his shit go. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to make a few videos on this, man, because I'm gonna break them down, man. It's gonna take a little bit longer than 5 minutes. You know, but George St. Pierre, I am very depressed in a way. I am very disappointed in the way he's been fighting, man. It's boring as hell, man. I'm not sure I'm gonna pay for another pay-per-view for him again. I know a lot of other people will, thousands of other people, you know, but hey. He won't be getting my $50, my $45. Not to see you hug a guy in some tight ass shorts. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I got all the respect for you in the world, man. I just want to see you, you know, fight to your full potential, man. Because you're a beast, man. I know what you can be, man. If you just unload this shit, man. And you want to fight Anderson Silva? Man, what? Man, I'm gonna come back to that. I'll come back to that. Part 2, y'all. Coming soon.